people, people, if you have not already, go back 24 hours in my uploads. It's going to be a short, and it's going to be called Screw This Challenge. Initially, I wanted this video to be, wait, actually, I think I got this right. See, what happened was that short all happened in about an hour's time. That's right. Less than 3 minutes of time was an hour in real life. Okay. That short happened after this here encounter. Alright. So if like I said, if you haven't already, go back in my uploads and look at that short. And it's called Screw This Challenge. Now, to those of you that are, I guess, old heads in the channel, will know that I don't bring out the hunter outfit and the crossbow unless I'm having an extremely bad day. And I'm like, you know what, dog? Maybe I need to limit myself. Maybe I'm being too aggressive. The juju ain't jujuing. You know what I'm saying? So I bring out the crossbow, and I play a bit differently. You know, bombs, bear traps, transmitters, the whole deception kit, if you will. Yeah, I'm on that kind of timing right now. Like I said, if you're old here, you understand. But if you're new here, that's what I keep telling you. Go back and look at that short. It's less than 3 minutes. It tells you pretty much everything you need to know. Now, with that out the way, welcome to Vein, the map that I barely come on to. I say as I played it earlier today. Yeah, I don't necessarily dislike this map. It's just, it's Valley 2.0. Grind Time Valley 2.0. That's what I consider to be this here map. And it's kind of a new player haven too, because there's plenty of houses to camp in. Plenty. Now that don't mean I'm saying go camp. All I'm saying is, yeah, y'all have a lot of real estate. No pun intended. You see that right there? That's the Bard house. Now usually, if it had an assault rifle, like I don't know, a bugle or something like that, I would pop a radiation grenade into one of these here windows and proceed to watch the guy, yes, that guy, watch the guy leave and gun him down. But I got a crossbow, so I gotta think a bit outside the box.
rain is coming. Prepare to fight for the airdrop.
I sincerely know why this water is so damn loud. But anyway, you wanna know what's crazy? This guy right here, he was in my shootout prior to this here video. So I kinda knew how he played. All I had to do was just wait for him. But this dude right here was the initial guy that I was going after. The initial dude. And yet he ran straight past the chemicals, straight past all my traps, because he was like, oh no, I'm being hunted down. I gotta run. Yeah, you are. By a guy in a hunter outfit. That's what I'm supposed to do, ain't it? Yeah. And what's funny is someone still hit my damn bear trap. So they're bleeding. Not out, but they're bleeding. Yeah, it took me about a good 5 minutes to, yeah, that entire... Look, this is what... Not what. This is why I ran with the crossbow this encounter. Because if I was a bit more aggressive, or had the capacity to be a bit more aggressive, then number one, it wouldn't be as fun. And number two, it wouldn't allow me to, well, show you what's going to happen in this here encounter. But anyway, you see that, right? The airdrop fell. And it's already being picked up by somebody. Oh, this is a very important part of this here episode. I'm on airdrop number 2 out of 3. And if you don't know, there's a challenge that says 3 in a row. Get 3 airdrops in a row. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me get this 3rd airdrop. But then you just seen that homeboy just died with an airdrop. So... Number 1, we know it's not safe. Number 2, he's being chased. And number 3, based upon where he died at, dude can be anywhere. Okay, yes, that goes for any part of the map. But when I pull up this here map in a second, I want y'all to look at where he died at specifically. And I want y'all to just think, if I were a dude who just killed a guy with an airdrop, and is not picking up the airdrop myself, why am I not picking it up? And where am I at? Those 2 questions are what is going through my mind right now. But I'm honestly kind of thinking I should buy a caffeine pill. But, you know, sometimes arriving slow and arriving in time are 2 different damn things. Let that sink in for a second. So you see me here, I'm checking behind me, make sure I'm not being followed, because I'm wearing a black outfit in broad daylight running across the open field, and I'm not getting shot at. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So notice that I'm pretty much near the end of the map in this direction, and I still have not ran across airdrop corpse yet. And I checked the map. Yeah. He's right there. His corpse is right there in the middle of the open ass road. That should tell you a whole ass lot. Not ass lot, a whole ass lot. Yeah. So, I don't trust going anywhere near this open road. And that's for good measure too. See, if it was nighttime, he might have gotten away with it. Might have. But it's broad daylight, and he was wearing a black set of pants, if not a set of dark colored pants. Yeah, of course I'm going to see him moving. You know what I'm saying? Of course I am. But this guy had a whole lot of ammunition for M4A1. Anyway, this is probably the guy that killed homeboy with an airdrop. But, just to be safe. Ah. So I'm not alone, huh? Well, shit. Radiation's on me. But that means radiation also hit the guy in the exit first. The only reason why is in the exits for an airdrop. Why else would you be here? Unless you're just a camping bitch. I mean, that's reality too. Okay, so, what am I gonna do? I got no ports, and I want this airdrop. I'm on airdrop 2 out of 3. If I get this one, challenge is done. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not trying to get every single challenge done. It's just, I told my stream, I was like, hey, I think I can get this done if I put my mind to it. What you're watching is me putting my mind to it. So I see this little flanking pathway, right? I'm like, okay, dude is back here. Gotta be. Round this corner, behind the rock. Oh, nope. Now he knows where I'm at. Fucking alarm trap. Alright, well, can't go that way, because he's gonna be looking for me. But now that he knows that I know that there's an alarm trap there, maybe he's looking the other way. Bit of reverse psychology. I'm not taking any chances. So, iodine pill popped. Guys, I really want this damn airdrop. I really do. How am I going to flush him out? He's in the exit before me. The only thing I have going for myself is that radiation hit him before it hit me. But I also don't know how many iodine pills he has. So I gotta draw him out. I said, I gotta draw him out. The hell ain't he shooting for? You see, I'm looking for cover to like run toward, and I'm like, fuck it, let me just... Or not. Yeah, one more iodine pill. Alright, let's go into the water and see where he's at. Fatal mistake. Homeboy is so far deep in the damn rocks. Look at where he's at. Right there. Waiting for me on the... and look, this is the most infuriating bullshit ever. Look at this. Look at his health. If I would have waited about 10 more seconds, he would have died of radiation. Look. Yeah, I'm pissed off now. But folks, do you remember that one video I made maybe about 2 weeks ago? And it was entitled Karma Part 1?
So you are a killer. Can you stay alive now when you are a threat?
I'm going to pay for that. And that I did. So people, here's the whole timeline in case you're wondering. That crossbow encounter you just seen, that was the beginning. AKA, I was at 2 out of 3. I was like, bet, dude died. I can grab the airdrop and leave. Then I died to a camper. Then, I stayed up from about 2, not my bad, from midnight till about 2 a.m. trying to get one ass airdrop. Just one. Couldn't do it. So I said, you know what, let me just make a short of my frustration. And that was a short I posted yesterday. And this right here, aka the encounter where I said, I'm going to pay for that. This happened at the very end. And I put all of these 3 videos together just to tell you, don't count on getting an airdrop. There are things that are out of your control that cannot guarantee you getting an airdrop. Doesn't matter how soft the lobby is, how sway the lobby is, doesn't matter. Do not stress yourself out about these seasonal challenges. I don't. I just wanted to do that one because it seemed like it was feasible, but also fun. Staying up until 2 a.m. is not fun. Okay, it might be on a Saturday, you know what I'm saying, but no, do not recommend this shit. I sincerely don't. But why did I say I'm going to pay for that? Well, I made this here part 1 encounter come out before, my bad, yeah, before the short, because it happened last. You know what I'm saying? This right here, what you're watching right now, this is me after I said, yeah, screw that challenge. But I wanted to make sure that everything fell in line. So just to recap, died to a camper, then I made it short, and this right here, what you're watching on your screen right now, is me saying, yeah, screw that challenge. But it kind of rang a bell on my brain. It was like, wait a minute now. Didn't I just die like how dude died just now? That's fucked up. Karma Part 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. People, nothing in life is free. Absolutely nothing in life is free. And based upon my demographics here I'm looking at, most of y'all have been on this earth long enough to know that. But whenever you acquire something, whenever you buy something, whenever something happens to you, somebody had to pay for it. Somebody. It could be time, it could be money, it could be attention. You're spending some kind of resource to acquire something else. And this encounter taught me that. And yes, I know, we just seen Fisk, and it was also rainy. Some deja vu type energy. I noticed that. Okay, I noticed that. I looked back at my clips, and I said, I just played on Fisk. And I'm playing on Fisk right now. Damn. I don't want to give y'all two encounters on the same map back to back like that. I gotta mix it up a little bit. So I suited up, obviously, and I put on my Lone Wolf on loadout, aka a shit ton of transmitters and a shit ton of bear traps, because we all know the game changes modes, it changes mentalities when you turn on teams. Kill or be killed. Think about it. No one comes onto this game and turns on teams and says, let's loot the entire map. Nigga, no. They say, let's wipe the entire map. And this is why I bring out transmitters and bear traps. But there are times when you yourself can be the hunter. To me, folks, there's nothing more satisfying than breaking apart a team. Seeing the panic, seeing the disrupt that happens between a player and their friend. But that's only when I turn on Lone Wolf teams. Or Lone Wolf on, I should say. That's the only when that happens. You know. And as far as that dude who was at the detector, literally a shot in the dark, okay? Literally. I'm not going to sit there and say, I saw him. No. I'm going to say that he used a detector, and I didn't see anyone standing in front of it, so I was like, he might be prone. Nothing fails but a try, so I tried. Yeah. And yes, I decided to take out a bugle instead of the, or not take out, take the bugle instead of the AUR. I sure did. And you notice, I'm slowing down a little bit. Why is that? Well, the jammer. But when I hear no one's around, my gun is still out. It's I'm like they might be up here. Well, they're not. but someone does hit a phone, and it is low-key nearby. So I'm gonna do some bad things to the airdrop. I hear somebody. Listen. They are in that direction right there. Unless that's the comm station, which I don't think it is, I clearly hear somebody crawling in some grass. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there is grass to the left of that house. Somebody's back there, and they know I'm in that house. Or at least they knew I was in that house. But then I spot this. There's a guy right there. And I'm like, ooh, this might be a short video. But I look at the exit, and I look at what I have. If I shoot and kill that man, I'm a threat. Woohoo, cool, yeah, fucking red skull and crossbones symbol, cool, alright? How am I going to escape? There's a guy behind me, and this man has a buddy. I'll be trying to fend off two different people, and there's no way for me to escape out the front. So I decided to hold my fire. Yeah, I know. It would have been flashy as hell to get all that, to become a threat this early in the match, but you also gotta think about the future, people. Way too many players, as soon as they see somebody, they're mag dumping. I mean, 300 meters, 200 meters out, mag dump. Bugle, AUR, ADR, hell, even a pistol, just pew, 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 just trying to throw enough shit at the wall, and some of it is going to stick. That is the mentality of like 80% of the player base, but they do not think about the future. And let's not forget, this is teams. So like I said, I could be getting hunted down by one person and a separate person, maybe from a team that I severed, aka that one dude at a detector. The guy that I heard crawling might be his friend. We don't know. The good and the bad news about the situation is, if I were to shoot them, yeah, slow visibility. It sure is, but that also means that I can't see them. Now, I went prone out there to check my map, because I was thinking, since I left the comm station house, maybe the guy that I heard outside went inside to try to find me. When he didn't find me, he found a comm station not on cooldown, so he used it and moved the airdrop to him. No, he didn't. Someone else moved the airdrop. Where they are? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But what I am going to do, come up here. Oh. Comm station's on permanent cooldown. Alright, cool. So, here comes the airdrop. Folks, let me just take a minute to say something here. I understand that most people who play this game are aggressive as hell. They will stim charge, caffeine, run you down, gun you down.
The plane is coming. Prepare to fight for the airdrop.
Stim charge, caffeine, run you down, gun you down. There goes your entire match. Now that's in teams. In solos, you might get a bit of respite. Not a lot, but you might. If you're new here, let me tell you something. I play this game a little bit differently, in case you didn't notice just now. I think. Okay? I'm not the absolute greatest at one-on-one gunfights. I'm really not. Actually, that's when I'm underneath the most pressure, the most anxiety, if you will. And that's kind of crazy considering how I play in shootouts. But the thing is, shootouts are designed for it to be aggressive. Right? You get to respawn. That's the entire damn point. But in encounters, it's way easier. Here's my philosophy. It is way easier to kill someone when they don't know you're there. Now, to many people, when they hear that sentence, they think, oh, this guy sits in bushes all the damn match. No, I don't. I despise those people, to be honest with you. I honestly do. They are like the people that bid $1 on The Price is Right and get the prize. I can't stand you motherfuckers, honestly. I really can't. How I play the game is, I gotta watch you from afar, see how you walk, see how you loot. And one time, you're gonna mess up. And I'm gonna study you well enough to know when you're gonna mess up. And that's gonna be your game. This is why the M82 and I work so well together. Before the M82, there's a VSS. You know, the rifle with or I guess the sniper rifle with the scope and a suppressor. Yeah. Ask anyone who comments on this video. If not, just look back at my top 5 or top Vigor gameplay moments. The VSS and I are very good friends. As a matter of fact, you can go back about a week or a week and a half and look and see I still use a VSS. Not to this day, but I used it recently. And before that, if not during that, was the H-Bar-T. Yes, another rifle with a scope that I could headshot people with. Because, and I said this day one of me playing this game, if the developers make it to where a headshot takes 2 hits, I'm uninstalling the game. It don't matter how good, how bad, what weapon, what skill you have. If you get hit in the head with anything, you're done for. The great equalizer of the entire game. Huh. Tower was hit. Oh yeah, so 2 things happened here. First, you might have heard an ominous boom. I didn't hear it because I was talking. That boom was the missile. So homeboy messed up. Clearly someone else is still here. Clearly. The missile went boom. The tower was hit. Missiles don't go boom by themselves. You know, developers, you could do that. Add a bit of spice and variety to the game. Missiles don't go boom by themselves. And towers don't activate themselves. So clearly someone is here. Well, like I said, their problem is low visibility. The good news is, though, I can hear from miles away. And you see I was looking dead at the ground thinking, is that a person right here? No, it's not. Spoiler alert, homeboy is long gone. Long gone. And you know he's long gone because you hear the tick of the, and I just realized this shit. When you start the match and you, like, wind something up, that's your timer saying, yeah, you have this amount of time before yay old radiation comes and starts to slowly kick your ass every second. Have fun. You're living on borrowed time. Yeah, he knows that as well as I do, if he's still here. You know what I'm saying? But if I happen to get pushed or ambushed, and let's face it, more than likely ambushed, I got a Vigor. And you know what? If you're new here, you're probably like, why does this guy always use an M82 and no secondary? I'm gonna tell you why. If you need a secondary with your sniper rifle, you shouldn't be playing rifles. That's just my prerogative. It's my opinion. It's not fact. But you should be good enough with weapon you bring out to acquire any other weapon that you have, or any other weapon that presents itself in the lobby. Essentially, I ride my bicycle with no training wheels. And that's a crazy statement considering how I don't know how to ride a bicycle. But guess what? I drop stick, so deal with it. And yes, you just see me pop a stim charge. Very rare sight. Very rare. That, caffeine, and ports. 3 things I don't use. So we're just going to run over here to this exit. Yes, I know. I get disrupted again? What the fuck? Yes, I know I could run up to the top of the map into that exit. I know. But the airdrop is there. And didn't we just hear, not too long ago, someone moved the airdrop? Yeah, someone might be up there. They might be. So I'm like, you know what, dog? Screw all that. I'm heading over here. But wait, this exit is always camped. I'll pull out my damn bugle here and make sure I don't get ambushed. Do I hear crows? Wait. I'm going to pay for that. That's how I'm going to tell you. I'm going to pay for that. Karma is a big, beautiful bitch. Karma is a big, and when I say big, I mean, have you ever looked up and seen an elephant? That's how big it is. Have you ever walked outside and seen the sun, but it was a little bit closer than usual? And you're like, damn, that bitch big. Yeah, that's how big karma is. So all I'm going to tell you is remember this video. Okay? Yes, it was a threat. Woohoo. Yes, it was a threat, Lone Wolf. Woohoo. Yes, it was 3 M82 kills and 1 Vigor kill. Yes, cool. But remember this encounter, people. Remember it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.